I came as soon as I could. What's the situation?
That is not the format.
There are no indications of foul play here.
Join us again this week for another episode of As the GOP Turns.
We have gone over a cliff in America.
Worried about a potential, terrorist attack, given the
Warning, the following contains images of animals in their natural habitat. Viewer discretion.
Dodging multi-millionaire felon who's now running the show, America is now a fully fledged plutocracy.
Re-envisioned.
The decline of the American empire. Next.
Tonight.
Is one of the most important things because we have tremendous death taking place as we speak, and I don't want to have that. Think of the parents, think of whether they're in Russia or Ukraine, think of the parents of all these people being killed needlessly.
They came to our territory.
Should have never started.
That's fucking right. Russia never should have started it.
Life support systems are down.
Man, Trump is a fucking prick.
If I were president, this would have never started.
Biggest we've ever seen. It caused significant damage.
Mr. President, will you continue
Shorter in person.
Sending military aid to Ukraine after the U.S. signs this agreement with Ukraine?
Yeah, we're going to be continuing.
President Zelensky, do you feel like the U.S. is on your side? That President Trump is on your side at this moment?
What do you think?
He wants to know, do you think that, sort of a stupid question. I guess we wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
Oh, I think we both know that you would.
I think that the United States
and that you are
on our side from the very beginning of occupation. And I think that President Trump on our side, and of course, I'm sure that the United States President will not stop support. This is crucial for us. It's important for us. Yes. And Putin, the president, speaks about the people and the soldiers which are dying, but they came to our territory, they came to our land. They began this war, and they have to stop. And I think this is the question, with really the most important question. Can President Trump, I hope yes, with some other allies, to stop Putin, withdraw these enemies, our enemy, withdraw these troops from our land? And I think that you asked about the history, I think that if President, or when, he will stop Putin, if President Trump will bring peace to our country, I think he will be on this wall.
We've had very, very good talk.
You can really tell Donald Trump fucking hates Zelensky. Is he too obvious with it? I don't know. I think he's putting on a pretty good show. Let's see how it goes.
To Ukraine.
President Zelensky just said that there will be no compromises with Vladimir Putin. I just wanted to ask both of you. Firstly, are there compromises that you think that President Zelensky is going to have to make? President Zelensky, is there anything that you might be thinking that you may be able to offer or bring to the table, for example, elections? Thank you.
Oh, it's a very straightforward deal. Vladimir Putin gets Ukraine, Zelensky gets hung by a yardarm outside of Odessa, and Ukraine ceases to exist. Donald Trump gets to build Trump Towers all around wherever the fuck.
I think you're going to have to always make compromises. You can't do any deals without compromises. So certainly he's going to have to make some compromises, but hopefully they won't be as big as some people think you're going to have to make. That's all. That's all we can do. I'm here as an arbitrator.
The oxygen is dropping fast.
The mediator to a certain extent between two parties that have been very hostile, to put it mildly. They've been very hostile. There's been a vicious war. There's been a vicious war. It's a very level battlefield, and those bullets go out, and as I've said many times, we were talking about it with Pete, many times the only thing stopping those bullets is a human body. And in the case we're talking about, generally young human bodies are stopping a lot.
And I think we all know they're white. So, this is devastating for Trump's Aryan brothers.
It's dead level.
That's why it's great farmland. It's great land. It's great farmland, but there's very little protection against the bullets that are being, and other things that are being shot. So all I can do is see if I can get everybody at the table and get an agreement. I think we're going to end up with an agreement, otherwise I wouldn't probably be even here today.
Mr. President, I've got two questions.
Now Donald Trump won't even let Zelensky answer questions from his own press, American press, or really anybody, because he's not giving the answers that Donald Trump got from Vladimir Putin.
Mr. President, I've got two questions for you. You think ultimately your legacy will be the peacemaker?
Cheering.
Not the president president that led this country into another war and ended foreign wars. And
One of them just needs to turn it on.
The radiation levels outside are too high.
I hope it will. I mean, I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker.
As opposed to a giant orange Doge ball sack. Because that's what you are.
Curtis canceled.
This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives, more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be far less important.
He does believe that American taxpayer money is far less important than Russian lives. Wait, did I say taxpayer money? I meant his own money. Or Elon's.
Dangerous situation.
It would be a suicide mission. Significant damage to the colony.
About 2% of the problem.
We haven't determined that
This is
yet.
volunteer. He's on Vox now.
They happen to be right next door. We haven't committed, but we could conceivably.
So there are still heroes in this world. Hello, who am I speaking to?
But right now they're bombing the hell out of Ukraine, and Ukraine. I'm finding it more difficult, frankly, to deal with Ukraine. And they don't have the cards. They don't have the card.
This is Elon Musk.
Vladimir Putin is taking advantage of the U.S. pause right now on intelligence and military aid to Ukraine.
No, I actually think he's doing what anybody else would do. I think he wants to get it stopped and settled, and I think he's hitting them harder than he's been hitting them. And I think probably anybody in that position would be doing that right now. You know, this could lead to a third world war.
But he does love him some Russian lives.
This was headed in the wrong direction.
Specifically,
if this election,
Vladimir Putin.
We're lost. If we didn't win this election, and by the way, we won it by a lot. That was a mandate. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. We won everything. The districts, you look at the areas of red. Take a look at a map. This was a big mandate.
I think Ukraine wants to get it ended, but I don't see it's crazy. They're taking tremendous punishment.
I'm in charge of the whole project.
На землю ложитесь, блядь! На землю, нахуй! Нахуй, сука, блядь! Ёбаный в рот, блядь! Пизда, нахуй! На землю ложитесь!
This was one of the things I said. We're going to get this thing settled. If we didn't win, I think this could have very well ended up in a third world war, and that would not have been a good situation.
A world war that Russia started.
And my second question for President Zelensky: why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest. Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. You just want to see people. Do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting the dignity of this office.
Trump line towing, cock-sucking coward.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like this.
Something like yours. Yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will see. Maybe something cheaper than. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fuck you, AON. Fuck you, Donald Trump, for accepting the goddamn question. Jesus Christ. It's like the third world. It's a banana republic, and
Yeah, we're going to have arms to Ukraine, yeah, sure. Hopefully I won't have to send very much, because hopefully we're going to have it finished. We're looking forward to finishing this quickly. We're not looking forward to sending a lot of arms. We're looking forward to getting the war finished so we can do other things. But we very much appreciate the agreement, because we needed what they had, and we're treating, our country is now treated fairly. Biden didn't do that. He didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Jesus Christ, here we go again.
Should have never happened. This should have never started. But, sure, the answer is yes, but hopefully we won't have to send much, because
I want to make sure you understand that you won't survive this mission.
I'm just saying, I
might be Jesus.
Quickly,
I might.
very quickly.
I'm not saying for sure. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
I don't want to talk about security yet, because I want to get the deal done. You fall into...
You'll have to make the ultimate sacrifice.
And security is so easy. That's about 2% of the problem. I'm not worried about security. I'm worried about getting the deal done. The security is the easy part. Security is very nice. Everybody stops shooting. And now will Europe put people there? I know France is going to. I know the UK is going to. I know other countries are going to.
when they happen to be right next door, we haven't committed, but we could conceivably, we have security in a different form. We'll have workers there digging, taking the raw earth so that we can create a lot of great product in this country. So in that sense, you have something, but we haven't determined that yet.
I'm going to walk you through the procedure step by step.
I will say, in speaking to France and in speaking to, and they were here, as you know, last week and just the other day, they have committed to a lot of security.
How do you feel?
I don't think you're going to need much security. I think once this deal gets done, it's over. Russia's not going to want to go back, and nobody's going to want to go back. When this deal ends, I really believe this deal is going to be over.
This is all part of Putin's plan.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead, please. Mr. President, thank you. You had President Macron and Keir Starmer at the White House this past week, both of whom praised your courage and conviction to lead the pathway towards peace. Yes. Part of that involved, though, re-engaging Russia in diplomatic relations, something that previous leaders lacked, the conviction to do so. What gave you the moral courage and conviction to step forward and lead that?
Well, I love this guy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Who are you with? One American News, sir. Well, that's why I like him. One American News does a great job. I like the question. I think it's a very good question. It's a pathway to peace. It's a pathway to getting something solved. And I feel that as the head of this country, I have an obligation to do that. Plus, we're very much involved. We got involved. It's too bad we got involved because there should have been no involvement because there should have been no war. And there shouldn't have been October 7th. That would have never happened. As you know, Iran was broke. They had no money to give to Hezbollah. They had no money to give to Hamas. They were stone cold broke.
Supply on, we need to bid.
And then under Biden, they became rich as hell. They went from no money to $300 billion in a period of 4 years.
What's the pressure reading on the tank?
Boobs.
But, no, I appreciate your question.
If you're trying to be more likable, this won't work. It's like if Tom Brady tried to be more likable by wearing a fedora and yammering about Bitcoin. I mean, really?
Always part of Putin's plan.
It's just, I feel I have an obligation to try and do something to stop the death.
If I can answer, yes, if I can answer,
Please,
sorry,
go ahead.
please.
And I do like your clothing, by the way.
Yeah, really?
Even though I think he's a great guy, by the way. But I don't know if you two like each other. But you know what? I think he's dressed. I think he's dressed
I like
beautifully.
this guy. I don't know
I think
him.
he's dressed beautifully.
So I have more serious things than answer on such
Yes,
question.
sure, that's a
I will
good-
answer on more serious
that's a good
question if I
statement.
can.
Yes.
Yeah. So please, about security guarantees and about just ceasefire. We can't just speak about ceasefire and speak and speak. It will not work. Just ceasefire will never work because I'm like a president. I have this experience, and not only me. Ukraine before my presidency, from the 2014, Putin broken 25 times. 25 times he broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke to me.
No, you were the president. You were the president during.
He never broke to me.
In 20.
Really? Is this how billionaires have a midlife crisis? Yeah. The skyscrapers are. I mean, even Freud is like, you don't need me for this, right? You get it.
2016, you've been the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but he had, of course, not with you, but he had during those periods, he had conversations with our side, and we had Normandy format, the France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia, and he broken 25 times. That's why we will never accept just ceasefire. It will not work without security guarantees. Security guarantees, maybe President is right about this document and other, but this document is not enough. Strong army is enough because his soldiers afraid, Putin's soldiers afraid of our soldiers when we're strong enough. If we are not strong enough, if we are empty.
Donald Trump works for Vladimir Putin. You can pretend otherwise, but that's just the way it is. It's the way it's always going to be.
If our storage is empty, we can't defend our land. Today, he knows that we have all the world knows that we have meeting. Yes, why he's using ballistic? Putin today using ballistic on our hospitals, schools, and etc. Ballistic. So he knows that we are here and that President Trump is really have goodwill to stop this war. And you hear now the president. So why he's using? So he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want. But I hope that we will do it. Really, we'll do it. Security. When we speak about security guarantees, when the Europeans are ready for contingents, they need USA backstop. If there will not be United States, we will not never have any contingents, strong contingents from the Europeans, because they don't want to divide alliance connection between the United States as the main and strongest ally and Europeans. And this is crucial. This is important. That's what we want to speak about very much. This is very important. And air defense. So air defense, really, we have big deficit with all these systems, and we need to provide this. We need it very much. Otherwise, Putin will never stop, and will go further and further. He doesn't want. He hates us. It's not about me. He hates Ukrainians. He thinks that we are not a nation. he thinks, and he shared these thoughts, I think maybe with your team also, I don't know, but with all the Europeans in media, official and not, he always said that there is no such country, such nation, such language, and such life like Ukrainian. No, he really doesn't respect all the Ukrainians, and he wants to destroy us. And you are right, Mr. President, that's 2%. This document, maybe other documents, it's a very good start, very good, but it will not enough to stop this person.
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
Mr. President,
America fucked up, and now we've sold ourselves out to some first-generation fucking Nazi who's getting the old team back together and a South African apartheid evil fucking Nazi.
Consenting adults.
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
They have to say this question.
This is the rule. This is the rule of the war. This is the rule of the war. During all the centuries, all the history, this is the rule of the war. Who began, those pay. This is the rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay. Of course, some Russian assets, what we have in Europe, about 300 billion, we can use them. We can use for innovation and buy military support from the United States also. We can do it, but it's not enough.
You broke up a little there, but this is very important.
It's not wrong.
That's what this is. There was never a deal to be had.
Do you know what this means? Donald Trump lied.
And Zelensky had the unmitigated guile to not stick to the script.
do you envision a trilateral summit with Putin and President Zelensky?
Wait 1 second.
I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know if you want to position yourself in the middle between Russia and Ukraine or on the Ukraine side.
No, I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing.
Slowly, because of the pressure.
For both.
I want to get it solved. And it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else.
But I want to get it solved.
You know, they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I'm sorry. Keep going. I don't know where that came from. Go ahead.
If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
Zelensky kept saying things that Donald Trump didn't want him to say.
There's one more question about U.S. troops in Europe. After Russian invasion of Ukraine, your predecessor sent additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country. Yeah. Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future? I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. As you know, they paid more than they had to. They are one of the finest groups of people I've ever known. I'm very committed to Poland. Poland's in a tough neighborhood, you know. What about the Baltics? The Baltics, they got a lot of, it's a tough neighborhood too. But we're committed. We're going to be very committed, and we're committed to NATO. But NATO has to step up, and the Europeans have to step up more than they have. And I want to see them equalize, because they are in for far less than we're in. And they should be at least equal. You understand that? Why is the United States, we have an ocean in between, why is the United States in for so much more money and other things as Europe? With that being said, and as you said, they've also been obviously very helpful. But we have put in far more than they have. And I think they should equalize. Mr. President, please go ahead. About the agreement today, what changed between the first time that Secretary Bessent gave President Zelensky the agreement and today for the signing? We made a deal.
No one has been crucified more than Jesus and me. We were both crucified like you wouldn't believe. Many are saying I was even more crucified than him.
I'm a business person. We made a deal. That's what changed. I didn't think we were going to make a deal.
You all right?
And we ended up making the deal, so that changed.
Mr. President, how do you envision a trilateral summit with President Zelensky and Putin?
I don't know, but well, they don't like each other. I can tell you that. Okay? They do not like each other. This is not a love match, and it's unfortunate. That's why you're in this situation.
And then suddenly, the cord got pulled. You know, freedom of press.
The United States should not have allowed this to happen.
Okay, the United States, run by a man that didn't know much. I'm going to be very nice. Run by an incompetent person, very incompetent person, should never have allowed this to happen. I've stopped wars. I've stopped many wars. And people will tell you I stopped wars that nobody ever heard about. I stopped wars before they ever started. You can look at some of, I could give you a lot of nations that would tell you right now they were probably going to war. I can tell you right now there's a nation thinking about going to war. when something that nobody in this room has ever even heard of, two smaller nations, but big, still big. And I think I've stopped it. But this should have never happened.
Mid-sentence, they unplugged the whole goddamn feed. A little while later, Zelensky's leaving. And the whole damn thing was staged, choreographed, executed perfectly, and Vladimir Putin had one hell of a night.
Oxygen levels restored.
O2 levels are climbing. He did it!
I was crucified through the roof. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country. And now you can celebrate God and me wherever you go.
Sorry, just a second. About any negotiations. First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands that Ukraine, more than Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But at the future, any negotiations, it's understandable that two sides of the war, not Russia and the United States, because this is not the war between Russia and the United States. This is war of Russia against Ukraine.
Truck. So on. Everyone loves the Trump double cross, but don't just take it from me. Take it from my good friend, Jesus himself.
You gotta buy this necklace. You gotta.
Thank you, Jesus.
And Ukrainian people. So these two sides will be at the will be at the negotiation.
Everyone needs to see this.
I'm a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything you want to say?
I love Diddy.
Don's never been wider. I love it.
Mitchum with ground command. Make your way to the airlock.
He's a friend. He's a good guy.
He expects
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that.
I want to get a good look at your face, Chad. I want the world to see the man who gave everything to ensure that humanity's future will be among the stars.
I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him. I love Diddy.
Don's never been wider.
Your face, Chad. I want the world to see the man who gave everything to ensure that humanity's future will be among the stars.
The Donald Trump double cross, available for only $99,999. And if you don't buy one, you will go to hell.
It's like the strongest partner of the Ukraine. And of course, Europe. I think Europe is very important. I want to speak about it with the president. Yes, Europe is very important for us because we really defend Europe for today. All Europeans really recognize it.
She said she want me to fuck her harder than the military. Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden. She wanted to fuck me harder than the U.S. government. Fuck Bin Laden.
U.S. troops in Europe. After Russian invasion of Ukraine, your predecessor sent additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country. Yeah. Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future? I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. As you know, they paid more than they had to.
Belly laughs.
Man. Donald Trump's right.
This is going to be great television.
If we weren't so goddamn horrified. May MAGA burn in the fiery pits of hell. And fuck you, Vladimir Putin. Fuck you. Donald Trump, sit and spin. Elon Musk, get your cock out of his ass, at least during press conferences. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. You help take it easy.
Okay, we are hearing rumors Zelensky might be leaving. We are at the stakeout location, ready in case he does. Please monitor pool 5. Yes, his vehicle is parked.
And begin exit procedures.
Ukrainian press is now surrounded. U.S. press, this is packed.
There you have it. Let's make America pray again. God bless you, and God bless the USA. Didn't hurt.
Fred is dead inside.
Well, I did say people were gonna die.
I was never here.
say on the matter. Oh, no, he's not available for comment because he's on a plane flying off to a Trump cheerleading conference in Washington.
Mr. President, with all due respect.
You have been talking this entire time. I'm sorry, does the sign outside say Ukraine House? No, it says America House.
4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. It's a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't negotiate, let's investigate. We'll accelerate and we'll take it down.
Damn. The whole thing was just a virtual reality experience.